Welcome to the Dog Advisory Council, a trusted resource for dog owners and enthusiasts. Today we will be talking about if dogs can eat hash browns, either homemade or from McDonald's. Dogs cannot eat hash browns. Many restaurant-made hash browns, including those from McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts, are deep-fried, making them very unhealthy for dogs. As well, hash browns are high in fats, preservatives, and salt, all of which are very bad for a dog's health. Lastly, many hash browns contain onion seasonings, which can be toxic for dogs. After all, they're just tasty little patties of fried potatoes. What's so dangerous about these treats for your dog every once in a while? A lot, it turns out. Most of the danger comes from three elements. Deep frying. Deep frying is first for a reason. Anything deep fried is going to be bad for a dog's gut. The use of fatty oils in the cooking process worsens hashed browns' saturation in bad fat and salt. Even though dogs love the taste of deep fried food, it doesn't love them back. It can actually hurt their health in the short term and long term. Ingredients in the patties. To our eyes, hash browns are just minced potatoes blended. Harmless. But hash brown patties contain other things, like rice, egg, and more oil to help bind everything together. These all can be risks for your dog, especially if he is prone to food sensitivities. Then there's the fact that potatoes contain solanine, which is known to be toxic for certain dogs. In small quantities, this particular point should be okay. Seasonings. Seasonings and spices are where the specifics factor in. Over 90% of hash brown recipes will contain seasonings, many of which include some form of onion. These often aren't listed outright in the ingredients, so it's okay if you didn't know this. However, onion spice is very dangerous for dogs. It can even kill them, especially in combination with other seasonings like garlic and excessive salt. The calorie count. If you've ever accidentally read the nutrient profile on your takeout hash brown, or frozen ones, you know they are very high in calories. Most of those are carbs, too, making it even worse. For you, it's a cheat day. But dogs have very specific diets that are easy to upset. For example, dogs should take in about 25 calories per pound that they weigh. Of that total calories, only 10% of that should be dog treats, the 90% being healthy and nutrient-rich dog food of some kind. If you're doing the math frantically and find it impossible for hash browns to fit in, there's a reason for that. Hash browns are always going to blow that ratio and percentage out of the water. Their calorie count alone is going to completely disqualify them as good options for your dog's diet. Basically, there is nothing good in hash browns for dogs and a lot of potential for bad. Yet, you may find yourself still considering the option of offering him up a bite or two. It's okay, with a puppy dog pout like that, you aren't alone. Can dogs eat homemade hash browns? As you might guess, this depends on who made them, and what they have included. If they were made for humans to eat them, the odds are still against your dog's body enjoying them, no matter what his eyes say. However, there is a way to make dog-safe hash browns if you have your heart set on sharing with him. What about baked hash browns? Some restaurants or home chefs will offer up the option of baked hash browns, too. Compared to deep-fried hash browns, baked hash browns are technically safer. But that doesn't mean that hash brown itself is safe. Frozen hash browns are also not safe for dogs. Most frozen options you have sitting in your deep freeze have many seasonings and large amounts of salt. Since most of us tend to pop them into a frying pan with some oil to heat them, this further complicates things. Can dogs eat hash browns from fast food restaurants? Eating hash browns from fast food restaurants is going to be worse than homemade or frozen ones. For instance, hash browns from Dunkin' Donuts. Hash browns from Chick-fil-A. Hash browns from Burger King. Hash browns from McDonald's. Any fast food restaurant hash brown is going to have lots of deep-fried fats, seasonings, excessive salts, and poor-quality potatoes, on top of it all. If your dogs manage to snatch it right out of your hand, here are some of the symptoms that your dog may be struggling with due to all of that grease and salt. Excessive thirst. Lack of appetite. Panting and licking his lips a lot. He is constantly whining to go out. He seems uncomfortable. With these symptoms, you'll want to feed him a bland diet and help him pass the food through his digestive system as quickly as possible. A plain potato puree is a popular option, for instance. Also, give him plenty of access to fresh water, as he will be very thirsty. You can call your vet if you see any of these symptoms, or you can choose just to wait it out and see how it does. However, signs of any of the next symptoms mean you need to get him to a vet ASAP. Seizures or uncontrollable shaking. Loss of consciousness. Extreme lethargy. Repeated vomiting and diarrhea. Signs like this mean that you could be dealing with salt toxicity, which can be fatal in dogs. You'll need to act quickly by getting him to a vet to keep him safe and sound. However, if you keep feeding your dog hash browns, you will end up with some costly vet bills and a very unhealthy dog. Let's ignore the ingredients issue for a moment now. Dogs with high levels of fat and calories will have problems with cardiomyopathy, a disease that can lead to heart failure, obesity, which brings many complications, diabetes, and so on. There are often even more health complications when you get specific to your dog's breed. No matter how you think about it, feeding your dog frozen, baked, or deep-fried hash browns are going to cause him more harm than good. If you want a safe hash browns recipe for dogs, click the link in the description below. If the information in this video was useful, please like it and don't forget to subscribe.